I would get out page 6 if you haven't memorized the rules. If you have memorized the rules, good job. Here I'm going to do a set of problems, and in this set they are reflections and rotations. Now you're going to have to read to figure out what they want. Okay, quadrilateral that has vertices, and I know that that's the new one or the pre-image because it has no primes. Determine the new after it's reflected over the x-axis. X all powerful. So it says I have x comma y transforms into all powerful x, change the sign of y because it changes its attitude. When I want the vertices, I'm just straight copying 2 comma 3, 5 comma 1, 4 comma negative 2, 1 comma negative 1. Okay, here we go. Copy down the x, change the sign of the y. Copy down the x, change the sign of the y. Copy down the x, change the sign of the y. Notice the negative 2 becomes a 2 because that's literally negative negative 2, and double negatives is a positive. Copy down the x, change the sign of the y. If at any time during these videos that you need to stop and regroup or go, hey, how did that happen again? Go ahead and do that. All right. Graph triangle DEF with the vertices, and the graph of the image of the triangle after clockwise rotation about the origin. So I'm doing clock of 90. So I'm going to have to put my little badges. And I start here and I go 90, and there's my negative because that's the clockwise. X. Ooh, nope, 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 nope. So this x comes over and slides down and becomes negative x, and this y just comes sliding down. Don't think that's anything other than that. Okay? But it does say graph, and then I have to graph, so I have to graph both. So let's start graphing. Negative 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my D. Negative 1, 2. There's my E. And negative 3, 1. And there's my F. Okay, here we go. Algebraic rule. X, Y becomes y negative x. Okay, all I do is I flip-flop them. So here I go, negative 4, 4, slide down, slide down, slide down, negative. So when negative slides down the slide and runs into a negative sign, it changes its sign to 4, and here is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now D prime. So negative 4, 4 became 4, 4. Okay, E. I have negative 1, 2, slides down, negative 1 becomes 1, 2 remains 2. So negative 1, 2 becomes 2, positive 1. So 2, 1, and that is E prime. And then I have F, and I'm going to do F up here, negative 3, 1, sliding down, negative, becomes 3, 1, goes 1, 1, 2, 3. and that becomes f prime. Now, when I rotate, the shape does not change. Sorry, yeah, the shape doesn't change, the size doesn't change, the angles don't change. So these are congruent. Okay, next one. This, determine the new vertices after it's rotated counterclockwise 270. Counterclockwise. So I'm going to do X, Y, counterclockwise, 90, 180, 270. Isn't counterclockwise 270 the same as clockwise 90? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to say X, Y transforms into Y negative X. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2, 5, and the 5 comes here, the 2 slides down and changes its attitude, 6, 4, 4 slides down, 6 slides down and changes its attitude, and 6, 1, 1 slides down, 6 slides down, going through the negative, and then Q is 2, 1, becomes 1, negative 2. Here we go, rectangle QRST has all of that and is reflected over the y-axis. Y-axis, yes. Y is powerful. Now, when we do reflections, see how sometimes the letters swap positions and they turn like this? Reflections don't. All they do is they change the attitude of one. They change the attitude of the one who is not all-powerful. Okay, so negative 2, negative 4. Change the sign of X, copy down Y. Change the sign, our pre-image is negative 2, 1. Our new image, change the sign of X, copy down Y. Negative 4, 1. Change the sign of X, copy down Y. Reflection over the y-axis, negative 4, negative 4. Change the sign of X, copy down the Y. Okay, now we have a graph, so let me graph this. It doesn't say graph, but we're going to go ahead and graph it. So negative 2, negative 4, that's Q, and then negative 2, negative 1 is R, and then negative 4, 1 is S, and negative 4, 4 is T. Okay. Something you have to realize is and we're doing over the y-axis. So I always have to highlight this because I'll forget which way I'm going. Okay. Who's closest to the y is R and Q. Who's going to still be closest to the R or the y-axis? R and Q. So if you plotted it and you didn't want to do this, you still have to come up with that rule. You're going to go, okay, he's 2 spots from the Y, he's going to go 2 spots from the Y, and I'm going to put the point. Oh, did you even notice that I did not even graph that correctly? Gosh golly. Ugh, gosh golly. Okay, I gotta mess this up. Okay. See, that's why you work in pencil. This is crazy. Okay, R is -2, 1. So R is way up there. Okay? And then S is -4, 1. I went to -1. I should have went to +1. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. And I don't want to start completely over. That's why you should do everything in pencil. Okay, because I noticed when I did R prime, I checked my coordinate and I knew I had done it right. So, okay, here we go. 2, 1, that's R prime. Okay, Q is 2 spots from the y-axis. It's going to remain 2 spots from the y-axis on the other side, just like I jumped over this crease in the paper, and that's Q prime. Okay, and then this is S prime, and then this is T prime. And if you notice, it has the same shape, same size, same angles. The information is congruent. Now, if I folded my paper, this would marry up with this would marry up with this. So if you noticed when I was doing this, I did a couple of things to make sure I was doing it correctly. I highlighted my axis because I did not want to accidentally go over the X. And because remember that this is the X-axis and this is the Y-axis. Also, I did it by the rule, Y is all powerful, change the attitude of X, copy down Y. I said that over and over in my head, and then when I plotted, I caught my mistake. So we'll go on to the next video and the next couple of problems.